What do you do for recovery if you're messed up, body aches?
I don't. I recover. I let time go by, man, and then I train again. Yeah, I don't have much of a regiment, right? Of a daily, like, oh, I always do this, and I know some guys do, and when they do, I'm always admiring them, right? I think it's very admirable to put in like a lot of extra self-care, like kind of stuff that's important that you don't think to do. Like we got a guy in my gym, Christian, that is always doing these knee stretches and
I was just gonna
stuff.
say stretching.
Right, like
Stretching's really
after
good.
training, really weird stuff that to me is just like eye roll, that takes 45 seconds.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And he'll sit there for 45 seconds and just have a conversation while he's like bending his knee a certain way.
Right.
And then he does it to the other one. And like there's this regimen he does, and maybe that's why he's so freaking healthy and all that, right? But yeah, I admire that in people, but I've never gotten myself into it, man.
Yeah,
I think it's discipline again. It comes to the discipline.
Yeah, I know a lot of things
I don't
that help
have that.
too, like cold plunges, bath salts, shit like that. Stretching is one of them, and then rest. Rest is important, and then trying to stay active too.
Yeah.
Like I notice when I'm really fucked up. Like for example, like last week I did my legs in the gym and just killed them, and every time I sat down for like longer than 20 minutes, I was in so much pain. I just had to keep moving, staying active, stretching.
What's the cold plunge do for you?
It just helps blood flow.
I hear about it, and it just seems like my worst nightmare.
The theory
I
behind
don't do it often. I used to take cold showers a lot, but
the theory behind it is
circulation,
blood flow is what creates healing, right? So the places that we have low blood flow, like our feet and our knees, take longer to heal than something like a bicep or that sort of thing. So what happens is when you get into an ice bath, your body goes into panic mode. It rushes all the blood back to your core. And then when you get out, the blood then goes back to your limbs. And so you're flushing your limbs with fresh blood. I don't know how effective.
I didn't know it was that deep.
I don't know how. This is what I've heard. Yeah. So I don't know how effective it is or not. There's conflicting stories depending on, but the general consensus is it's pretty good. The NFL, the NBA, all the high-level athletes do it, so there's got to be something behind it, right? If you're being paid millions of dollars and your coach is saying to do this, there's probably a reason behind it. But yeah, that's typically... Now, I don't know if it affects like lactic acid and that sort of thing that's in your muscles. Could, might not, who knows. What I found is, for me, I had lower back pain. I had all kinds of issues especially from doing like a lot of rolling and everything, and the fitness program that we do 25-30 minutes a day has made a world of difference. Swinging the mace, my lower back pain, I haven't had lower back pain in a few months. I used to stand up and be like an old man, like hunched over and like waiting for my back to release, right, so that I could posture up and stand up straight. That plagued me for years and years in jiu-jitsu, and swinging the kettlebells and the maces completely relieved that. So I make sure that I stay on that. And then I've always had like messed up knees, and trying to get the mobility work like he was doing with his knees. Hip flexion, the knees back and forth, trying to get those going. I can do duck walks again, slowly on the left side, but I can do that. So that's awesome. The right side's always been pretty good, but my left side has always been an issue. But yeah, try to do some mobility stuff, but swing some weights. Weight training is huge. Even if it's 20 minutes, 3 or 4 days a week, it makes a big difference. It did for me anyway.
Even if it's lightweight.
Yeah, I typically grab, depending on how I'm feeling that day, whether I'm overtrained or not, I typically only go from like 15 to 25 pounds with a kettlebell. So nothing crazy, but I swing it for 20 minutes, 25 minutes. And then the mace, 10 pounds is plenty. 10 pounds on a mace, that'll get you a workout. That's crazy. Yeah. So try that.
Probably not.
No.
Probably not, man. I love you guys. I love you too much to lie to you,
What's the dumbest response you've gotten when you tell somebody you train?